So, okay, let's go ahead and move on.
Right.
Now that we have a basic definement for the scenario. What my first question to you is, what is your particular? Are you even going to bother wearing any armor on this one?
I mean, you're still trying to keep from getting bit, so I think, and it's actually a preferable thing to where if you're going to colder areas, you're trying to get to colder areas faster, so you're going to wear more layers regardless. So now you're going to be able to protect yourself more significantly and still be somewhat comfortable. So I think when you were right in the first episode with leather, where it's difficult for the zombie to bite through.
Okay, yeah. Also, but at the same point in time, we probably should have clarified this earlier. They're more of like a swarm instead of like Walking Dead kind of thing.
Well, it's a swarm. I mean, I still think you need to have that leather protection.
Yeah,
you still have to have it.
I would say something light. I mean, you're not going to do it like they did in World War Z and just duct tape a magazine to your forearm.
But you're definitely going to want to get into a vehicle. That is part number one, because you're going to have to go north. Because you're I mean, how hopefully on the radio, like the first thing off the bat.
We'll get into that. We'll just focus on armor.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go with leather. That's gonna be my bottom layer. I'm gonna wear other layers because we're gonna get north. But I think leather. I think. I mean, I love chainmail, but I don't think chainmail's gonna be good for speed. You know what? Or we can go
chainmail is also not gonna be good. We go reversing north. More toward a pole.
We could go straight tank, but I mean, basically, you're gonna want to get north, so you're gonna need a vehicle, and you're not gonna be able to outrun the zombies anyways. Be as tanky as you can be. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think tanky is the way to go. You're gonna need to be nimble. You're gonna need to be moving.
Well, they're faster than you anyways.
Yes, they are. Until you get further north.
Right.
But as my thing is, okay, they're already way faster than me.
Right.
Why even bother weighing yourself down with armor?
Because you're trying to protect yourself.
I just bring layers of clothes, honestly. That's where I'm going.
Right.
I mean, and then the further north or south, depending upon where you're at in the world, you progress. You just add another layer.
Right.
Add another layer, and just make sure you don't get those like cold sweating kind of deals, everything. Because I would assume that with their swarm mentality, you're gonna have a couple of them always, coming at you at once.
Right.
So, my thing would be, I would just want to be able to move as quickly as possible. That'd be the thing. I think that would be the key. Just be able, as quick as possible.
Right.
I think weight is going to be severely detrimental on this particular scenario.
I think there's a balance. There's a balance.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a balance.
Protection.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna need some stuff. But,
right.
I mean, you got to remember about all the other shit you're gonna need, which we will get into here shortly. But okay, now here's an interesting idea. What if we do this? What if we set the goal as reaching one of the poles, north or south?
Okay.
Or actually, just let's redefine that. Reaching Antarctica or whatever the landmass is, around the North Pole. Is that technically part of Canada?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know that either. That's interesting. We may have to look into that.
I decided to change my name.
If you know out there what country or even continent, I mean, it's got to be North America, but what country the North Pole belongs to, let us know down in the comments below. And as always, remember to like, share,
and subscribe. And hit that bell button. I've decided to change my mind.
Oh, okay. Go on. I'm listening.
I'm going to the airport.
Going to the... What? We're not even talking about where we're going yet.
Well, you said we gotta get to the polls. I'm going to the airport.
Well, no. That's, okay, but are you changing your armor?
I don't need any armor. I'm getting the fucking plane, and I'm flying.
Okay. You realize that there are no runways at the North or South Poles.
I'm finding a parachute. I'm just gonna get to the pole, and I'm gonna jump out. And I'm gonna hunt polar bears.
Do you know? Do you know if a parachute is effective in negative 50-degree weather?
I don't know how. I know they are effective in cold.
I know temperature affects the way a parachute works.
But we did a fun jump in Canada where it was like negative something degrees.
Okay.
So
a fun jump?
That's what they call it. It was basically like we went to Canada. The Canadians wore our the Canadian military wore our.
Your jockstrap?
No, not jockstraps. They wore our parachutes.
You wore their jockstraps,
and we wore their parachutes.
I mean,
and you get Canadian jump wings, and then they get American jump wings.
Well, I mean, for a member of the airborne, that kind of is like giving the other Canadians and Americans, that is kind of like swapping jockstraps.
No.
I don't know. It sounded right in my head.
All right.
Anyway, moving on. So yes, now we know that we need to get to either the Arctic region up north or Antarctica.
Right.
We have established that, correct?
Okay.
All right. So what? Okay. Are you bringing any types of weapons along with you? This is right after the shit goes down. However it happens.
I think I'm still going to stay with my same basic kit. I'm definitely going to want a knife, but probably something medium-sized, either a combat knife or a machete. I'm going to still want my 22, because at some point I'm going to have to hunt for small game. And I want my pistol, my sidearm, and I want my rifle.
All right. Now, my issue with this already is, how are you going to run with all that shit?
All I got to do is get into the plane.